Okay, so we are live. And hi everyone, welcome to Mrs. O's chat room. I hope I didn't say that earlier. I'm gonna say it again. Hi everyone, welcome to Mrs. O's chat room. And I'm not seeing anyone join us yet. We'll just give it a few minutes and then we'll dive in
Okay.
to the topic of today. Okay, I can see one person join us. That's good enough. So hopefully other people will join us. I'll also just post it on my Instagram. So
Let me
let me
set the
share the link on
reminder.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we are late, so I'm sure that's why a lot of people are not. We're not waiting. Let me go on. Hi, if you're here, okay. Someone has said hello. Okay, I can see people are tuning in. Okay, hi guys. Just give us one moment so that we'll share it on our timeline so people can join us. It's been a long time I did live session. Um,
Share copy. Hi guys. Yep. Yep. Yep.
okay, see it. So I see 7 people are on. So just want to select all, copy. Okay, I think I'm becoming old. I don't even know how to share it. Um, ah, yeah, did you share it? I don't know how I'm supposed to share it.
I just shared it. Just
Okay, let me go on your page.
yeah, I shared it on my Insta story.
Okay. Okay, yes. Let me just post from yours. Okay. Sorry, guys, we're just waiting to see if more people will tune in. Okay. Okay, I think we'll just go on. So,
It's fine.
guys, as usual, I'm Mrs. O. I know I've been long gone from this channel, but I'm finally here, and I have a very important guest. Very important, guys. I have Bukola here with me, so I'm going to allow her introduce herself, and then we'll dive straight into the topic of discussion. And please, if you have any question, feel free to, drop it in the comment section. When we are done talking about this, we can answer your question. So, Bukola, over to you.
Guys, my name is Bukola. I used to call myself Teminikom Bukola for those people that watch my YouTube video. Bukola Italuma is my name, and I am currently studying at University of All, and I'm studying AI and data science, artificial
Yeah,
intelligence and data science. I'm almost done for my
nice.
MSc. So this is my last. Next month is my last month.
Wow.
I'm
You're
on
the one studying the
dissertation now.
money course. Because that is you're going to make plenty money.
Mm,
AI.
the
But that's
technical course.
nice. That's nice. That's nice. So again, you forgot to tell them that you're a mom.
Yeah, I'm a mom of two boys. Yeah, I have two boys, age 5 and 2.
Okay, so guys, I brought Buki here because yes, she's an international student in the UK and she is also a mom. So I wanted us to look at the things that are available, resources, information, just any support, that makes coping as international student and as mom really easy for us here. So I would mention something and I would share how it is like in Canada, what is available, what is obtainable. And then Buki would also give us the UK version of it, what is available there. So at the end of the day, the goal is just to provide you guys with more information, insights on what is available in this country. So if you're going to anywhere, just know that this is what it is, and then you prepare. It helps you prepare well, right? And if you're even currently living in UK or Canada, you might not even know that some of these things are available in that country, and this will also, provide you with insight. So, okay, let's start with health care.
Okay.
So, what is the healthcare like for you, for your family, for children in the UK? So, I know that when you're applying for your UK visa, you pay for like health. There's a health surcharge.
Yeah.
So, does that like covers for everything? When you buy drugs, how do you pay for it for the kids? Is there like any form of support? Yeah, how does it work?
Okay. Yeah, for UK, yes. You pay for your IHS fee, that's your insurance health surcharge. So that fee covers for your health, everything for your health, for yourself as a student and also for the dependents.
Oh,
So if you are planning, if just that there's some little thing that might not be covered, especially for adults, but for your child, everything is covered, dentist, surgery, anything for
oh,
children and pregnant women.
well, even if they buy drugs, it's
Yeah,
covered.
for children and pregnant women, yes. If you are pregnant and you buy any drug, it's free.
Hmm.
If they're doing any prescription for you, it's free. But if you are not pregnant as an adult, you might have to pay for some drugs.
Oh,
Your
okay.
IHS fee did not cover all.
All the things. Okay, so there are
And
some.
yeah, if you give birth here in the UK, you are covered. Your IHS fee has covered it. But adults, no. But your IHS fee covers just normal prescription of the drug and seeing the doctor and the like.
Doing
But
all your like
yes,
examination tests and
yes. But if
stuff.
you want to do something like seeing the dentist, going for eye stuff, it's not covered for
Wow.
adults. But my
Oh.
kids have been attending dentists, seeing the dentist. They have
Mm-hmm.
been attending different things, different section.
What's
They've
the
been
age
attending for free.
groups? Like, what age would your child stop benefiting all of those free
I think
medical
it's
like?
18. I think
Oh,
it's
okay.
18. Because normally as a dependent, you can't have any dependent less than 18. If it's
Mm,
above 18, then it can't be a dependent again.
yeah. Okay. So dependents are less than 18. Okay, interesting. So in Canada, I think it's almost the same thing. So, but for we, I think it's included in the tuition. So it's not something you need to pay before you apply for your visa. So when you get the admission, you apply for your visa. It's not like you have to go and pay for health surcharge before you do. So yeah, it's now in your tuition, right? So it's the schools that we, put it in the tuition, and then you're paying for it either per semester, but there's an insurance you're paying for, right? So again, generally in Canada, there is a health card that for some provinces, for example, in Newfoundland where I stay, once you come in, it kicks off immediately. You have the foreign health plan, right? That kicks off almost immediately. And if say you're pregnant and you have a baby, it covers it. Like me, for example, I had my baby here when I came in, just I think 5 months down the line, and I didn't pay a dime. Now I know someone else in another province who came in the same time that I came in, had a baby, and they made her pay. So that's because the policy in that province does not cover for her. Her own province, I think is in Ontario. It doesn't kick off until 6 months later. Then in terms of dental care and other things, I think it covers to an extent, just like what you said. There are some it covers basic. If you want anything more than basic, even for your child, it's not covered. Your child too also gets basic. If it's more than that, it's not covered, right? And then for the drugs, you have to key into your school has to they'll have another insurance for your school to cover drugs and all those other and they will take the money from your tuition, like I said, right? So
I'm
me,
not
for
sure we have
example,
anything like that your school is involved, except
oh
if you have maybe some health challenge and you reach out to the school for funds and they can help you. You have
yeah,
to apply for
mm-hmm,
if you have an issue, you have
mm-hmm.
to apply for that.
Wow, that's
Be a
really
little stipend.
mm-hmm.
It's not
Yeah,
something
so
much.
but again, there are some drugs that are not fully covered by the maybe it's the kind of insurance my school uses. Maybe different schools use different insurance. I don't know the way it works in other places, but I noticed that there are some drugs that you buy and it covers maybe they will say if they are paying 50% or whatever. So recently I got my eyes checked and the school my school insurance covered everything. They paid for the appointments. They are refunding me back for the glasses that I was they prescribed to me. But again, I don't know if it's fully. if they are giving back the money 100%, but at least I'm getting something.
Yeah, that's still fine. That's
Yeah.
better than having to pay whole
Yeah, exactly. So at the end of the day, both countries offers some form of health coverage,
benefits.
insurance. At the end of the day, yeah. I don't know of any country that will not offer health insurance, but again, the kids get the most free things. Yeah,
Yes. Your kid is covered, everything. They will ask you. Immediately
yeah.
as an adult, if you go if after you've registered for a GP, yeah, that's general practitioner in UK,
Mhm.
have been consulted and told to go to the pharmacy to take your drug. When you
Mhm.
get to the pharmacy and you tell them you want to pick this medicine, they will ask you, do you pay for your drug? So
Oh,
if you actually lie and say you don't pay and the letter found out that you pay, they're going to fine you. They'll
well,
send a letter to your house. They have your history already, so there's no hiding place. So it's better you just say the truth because they will pile up the money at, I think, after two or
wow,
3 months when they do their
wow,
auditing. Yeah.
wow.
So
So
no
when
need
you
to
say they
lie.
don't know you, I'm a student. I'm a student, so I'm a freaking student. Anyways, that's interesting to know. That's really good to know. So there was something else I was going to ask. Question just ran away from my mind. Okay, if I remember in the course of our conversation, I'll bring it up.
Okay.
Yeah. So something else they do here is before your child starts kindergarten, they get like a free eye check that's going to be paid by the government before they start kindergarten. So that's the only age they get that. And then dental insurance too. I don't think that there's coverage for that. I think you have to pay out of pocket as well. So yeah, it varies. So just make sure that you find, and like I said, it varies within province to in Canada, right? So you want to find out what is obtainable or what is
Yeah, I'm
available.
speaking for England. I don't
Oh,
know what is obtainable for Scotland,
hmm,
Wales.
hmm.
I don't know what is obtainable there, but this is Scotland. I'm in Scotland, and that is what.
But
Although
when you pay this insurance, when you pay this IHS, is it are you paying it for because you're going to England or it's just anywhere in the
there
UK?
is general, but it depends on how many years your course is. If your course is 1 year, is lesser. If it
Mm,
is 2 years, is more higher. So it
mm.
depends on your course.
So
And
basically, you're paying for the entire duration of your program.
yes, and if you are also doing a care job
Mm-hmm.
later on, if you are doing care job as a student, whether part time or full time as a dependent, the IHS fee will be refunded.
Oh,
If you
nice.
do a care job, yeah, it will
Wow.
be refunded after 6 months. If you are sure you did a care job within the 6 months and you can
Oh,
provide your pay slip,
hmm.
the IHS fee will be refunded, but it might be refunded in batches. It won't be refunded in full. So if you pay like 1,000 plus, they will refund maybe this month they will refund 300 and something. The
Mm-hmm.
next 6 months they will refund another 300
Oh,
and
that's
something. So they
nice.
will be paying it in bits.
Hmm.
That's why it's always advisable if you are paying your health surcharge fee, make sure you use a card that you have access to.
Hmm.
Somebody say, please help me, can you help me pay my IHS fee? And they will pay with anybody's card. When they
Hmm.
do the refund, it will go back to that person.
Ha.
No. So it's better you get it sorted.
Yeah,
So
use someone that you know that.
yeah,
And most
yeah,
times they won't do that refund if it's on another card. They must use that the same card that they use
yeah.
as a refund. Okay, nice to know. Okay, so I think that's it about the health insurance. So let's go ahead and talk about daycares, nannies, basically childcare. So what is it like in the UK? I'll allow you to start. So how do you do with your kids? Because I'm sure your husband is working and you have to go to school. In fact, I think that's
Yeah.
the thing that scares me the most about all these abroad things.
Somebody even told me recently that she's having anxiety, that she's not yet here, she's still in Nigeria, but she's already getting scared. Just calm down. Everybody will be all right.
As in slash, I know.
Everybody will be all right. Many people ask me that question a lot, that Bukola, how do you juggle it? How do you do it? How is child care?
Mm-hmm,
Seriously, if you are coming with a partner,
mm-hmm,
it's make the work easier a little bit
mm-hmm.
compared to being a single mom.
Hmm.
Yeah, or if you're not a single mom, but you are the only one in the country presently, and your husband is still in Nigeria.
Did you come together with your husband or
Yes, I came
okay,
together
all
with my
right,
husband.
great. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's just a matter of priority.
Mm-hmm.
putting knowing which one to do first, knowing how to go about it. And I did a video about it on my YouTube video where I said that try and get communities of friends around.
Hmm.
It's kind of thick.
Mm-hmm.
It's complicated because you don't know these people, you're just coming in, you're new, but
But can't someone
you
just like get a daycare? You're coming in today, you just go register your child in the daycare and
it doesn't work that way like that in UK, because if you have to get a daycare,
mm-hmm.
if your child is age 0 to 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
where I am in England, you can't have access to public fund because we are
Okay.
students.
Hmm.
So your child cannot attend daycare for free.
Hmm.
But from age 3, they have access to 15 hours school
Oh,
kindergarten.
oh, that's
That's the
interesting.
crèche. They can go to any crèche and have 15 hours for free per week.
Oh.
So that means you can either do three hours in a day, that's for 5 days, either
Mm-hmm.
9 to 12 or 12 to 3.
Mm-hmm.
So it depends on
That's
you.
hard though.
So it's still complicated.
Yeah. But what if you want to send your child from zero? You called 0 to 2, right?
Yeah, you will
And you
pay.
want to pay. Okay, you will pay.
But
And
to
now,
pay,
mm-hmm.
you would also have to register, which they might not have space.
Oh,
Ever since the
that
COVID,
makes
there've
it
been I think
expensive.
there's been restriction with how many people they can take, and they'll tell you have to be on the queue,
Hmm.
that there's no space presently.
Hmm.
So
Wow.
that was one of the issue I had when I came in. I couldn't take my 2-year-old
Wow.
to any crèche because most of the crèche around me says there's no space, and they have to book me down for the next available space, and they will ask you which date do you want to be bringing the child, and the least we pay in whole year is 35 pounds. That's the least I have heard. 35 pounds
Wow.
per day if you are doing half section. For full section, yeah, for full section is 35 pounds, while half section is like 17 pounds. That's the cheapest I have seen so far.
And that's a lot, right?
And that's a lot. So sometimes you
So imagine
just
if you have like 3 children. Hey,
under 4.
under.
Under 4 is the major problem. If you have children 4, 5, they will go to school, they will come back at 3 o'clock. At least you know that if you want to do anything, you will do it fast before
Hmm.
those ones coming. But you see the one below 4, the 3 years old, it's just 3 hours. It's very minute before you know it, or except you will pay for extra.
Hmm. Yeah.
You have to pay for the extra hours if you want her to stay for extra hours. And for that 3 hours, if you don't come and pick the child at the right time, you pay extra.
Hmm.
So you have to pay. Everything is money. I used to tell people
Yeah.
UK money stays in the UK. You keep
Yeah.
spending it on them.
Crazy. So what are these schools? Are they not like talking to what are they
Yeah,
even doing? Like I mean you know your like for example University of Hull where you attend, they know that I'm sure that you
yeah.
had a lot
Students
of
have
international
kids.
students
Yeah.
coming that came in. So why are they don't they have a daycare to support? No food
Yes, there is
program.
a daycare. There is a daycare for University of All, but it's like a private daycare. But they allow students to bring in their child at a fee, which they will give you maybe 5% discount. What they wrote there is 5% discount, and their price is not friendly.
Hmm. Oh, wow.
So it's better I stay outside instead of going to meet them.
I know, right?
It's not that friendly, even with the five
Wow.
percent. So it's better
Wow.
I just stay the one around. And also it depends on your timetable for your class. Like for my first semester, I was having class just once in a week,
Hmm.
just on Thursday. So I don't go to class. Is that I have a shift to go for a work. And
Mm-hmm.
when I have that, that means is either my husband is going to be around,
The other
somebody must be around, because there was nowhere to take the child to. We just came in. We're just settling down. We don't know
yeah.
anybody. We are
Okay.
just trying to make friends, but everybody is busy. Money.
Hmm.
This UK is money. One
Aha.
hour counts.
My eyes saw something when I came. Finish your own first. I will.
1 hour is counting. 1 hour is 10,
Oh.
10, 15 pounds for somebody, and you want me to stay with your child. So although some people have started now, immediately after the first semester, when we settled down, people are now calmer, things are
Mm-hmm.
changing. So you can easily talk to somebody, can I run and drop my baby with you? Definitely you too, you won't drop your baby without dropping something. So but it's better than going for the child care, and
Hmm.
that's the way it is here. This is not Nigeria where you see auntie to come and stay with you, or you have an house help is not cheap. Yeah,
Yeah. Who
yeah,
are?
for you to get a maid is not cheap.
Yeah, yeah. But would they allow you? What if you have a maid in Nigeria? Would they allow
Yeah,
you to go with the maid?
there's
Oh,
there's a way you can bring in maid. Yes, there's a way. You have to. There's I've forgotten the process, but there's a way you can bring in a maid. But you can also bring in your family, like your mom or your auntie. That
yeah,
one is
that's the good
yeah,
thing. Hmm.
yeah. But they'll come in as a visitor's visa, just like 6 months
And they can
visa.
only stay 6 months.
Yes,
But it's even
yes,
good. Nigeria is not far, so they can do 6 months, go back, come
yeah,
back again. So
yeah,
it's not as far as Canada, where
yeah.
when they
That's
come
true.
here, we want them to stay longer than 6 months.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
know, yeah. Okay, so here in Canada, the way it works is that, and again, it's province dependent, right? So some provinces it's easy to get a space, daycare space, and in some other, for example, if you're going to study in Montreal or Quebec or maybe Ontario, those places are bigger cities. There are many daycares. You even see, somebody was telling me that in Ontario there are daycares that open 24 hours for children of like healthcare workers, nurses, and stuff. Yeah, so there are a lot of daycares. So the advantage to that is that you can easily get a daycare space. So you're coming today, tomorrow, you just enroll. In fact, you can change. It's very easy. But in places like where I stay, my daughter, when I came in, somebody told me, go and register for daycare. I'm like, I've not even had the baby. Why are you telling me to register for daycare? She's like looking at me that, you're even late. She was telling me that I was late. So I was about 7 months pregnant when I registered for daycare. When I applied to, I got on the wait list to get my daughter into the daycare. Do you know when they called? I registered to like so many daycares because all the daycares in St. John's is not up to, I don't think it's up to, it's more than 20 or let's say 30. It's not a lot, right? So it's very competitive to get in. So I registered her when I was 7 months. And when I got a space for her, she was already 8 months. So when I was 7 months pregnant, I'd given birth to her. She had waited. In fact, her siblings that had come to join her from Nigeria were now, hey, it was very frustrating. Eh? That few months that I was every morning, I would call all the people on my street. Can I bring my child to your house? They'll be like, wait, we are going to work. We're looking for where to keep our own children.
That's the
Now,
issue.
not even the problem of, oh, you have money, you don't have money. You don't even see the
There's
space.
no
So now
space. That's it.
if there are maybe parents who have come to visit their children, you can say, okay, let me take my child there. I will pay them something. But you will not even see, because all those grandparents, when they come to, they just want to have like maybe two or three children. They don't want to overwork their old parents with people's
Mm.
children, right? So it was so hard. Sometimes I'll have to cancel my meetings. I won't go to school. Sometimes I also have to just kill the job, and it was very hard until when we eventually got space for them. Now, the good thing about Canada is that based on your income, you can be eligible for daycare subsidy. It's very expensive here as well. As I when I came, daycare was between $30 $35 as well. And that's a lot of money for students, right? So government will look at how much income you're earning, and they would say, okay, I will knock off 90%, I'll knock off say 20%, 10% based on your income. So at the end of the day, whatever it is you're earning, government augments it well in terms of the daycare. But these days, I'm hearing that is 100% subsidy. I think there are a lot of subsidies that government have put in place, right, to cover all of those costs. Because before I used to get like parental fee, but right now I don't get all of those parental fee anymore. It's like 100%, and they are saying government is subsidizing like nationwide. So it's a good thing right now. So if you're an international student looking to come to study in Canada, all you have to do is just to make sure you register. If you're coming to like one of the Atlantic provinces or the prairies, just make sure you register for daycare early if you have a child or if you're pregnant. But if you're going to all those big cities, good for you. You know, you don't really need to, no
You
hassle.
don't spend the money.
However it is, you will get something from the government.
Yeah.
Some schools in Canada, they give you this subsidy. It's even the university that gives you grants. They give you childcare grants. Yes, some universities, not even the government. But in some places, like my own school now, the school doesn't give you anything, but the province gives you something, right? So that's the kind of support you get. Now, for nannies and all of those, if the nanny is licensed, I think you can also get subsidy from the government. But if it's just an independent nanny, you have to pay out of pocket. If you go and use all those grandmas that come, there's no subsidy from government. You know, it's only when you use the government regulated daycare that's when you get subsidy as an international student or as a newcomer. Maybe you're coming on work permit or permanent residence, right? again, the age that they accept children. We have very few daycares here where I stay that accept 0 years old. Most of them will accept child from 18 months or from 2 years. So within that period, you have to hustle yourself how you want to take care of your child up until age 2 or 18 months. Now, in the whole of St. John's, I think we have about just 3 or 4 daycares that would accept a newborn, just very few. I'm not sure if I'm getting the numbers right, but just very few that would accept a newborn. Most of them would accept from 18 months or 2 years, like I said. So that's another challenge. And that one, unfortunately, there's nothing the government can do. You just have to time yourself. And you can also invite your parents, like Ruki says, people do in the UK. Some students invite their parents to come and stay with them. They can come on a visitor's visa, or even your family member. They can do 6 months. The good thing about Canada is that they can apply for 6 months and you can extend it for another 6 months. So at the end of the day, the person is staying for 1 year, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
so
cool.
the person doesn't need to leave the country and come here again. You can actually do 6 months. I have, in fact, I have some of my friends that their parents have stayed for 1 year, and I wish I was the one, but it is well.
Amen.
That is how it is here for daycare. So since I came to Canada, I've been getting like when I came initially it was 100% because then my earning was nothing. So I was earning like 100% as a student, and with time when my husband started work, it was dropping and dropping. And right now it has gone back to 100% because I heard that government is subsidizing nationwide. So that's a good thing.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You guys
So
are enjoying Canada.
still we are enjoying. But it's even good to know that at least there's free hours because I didn't think there was
Yeah,
anything in the UK for
there
students.
is.
So it's good to know that there. And like you said, like you're saying in the beginning, it's good to stay around the community because
Yes.
at the end of the day, how we survived that period was there's this grandma that she attends my church and she stays down the road.
Yeah. You see the
God that
church
we bless that
community.
woman. Eh?
Hmm.
That woman tried for us. I hope she gets to watch this video. Auntie Mercy, just in case you get to watch this video, that woman, when I had my last daughter and I didn't know where to keep, and I had to resume school because I was here on scholarship, right? So I can't take maternity leave. Because if I take maternity leave, they'll cut my scholarship. Then I don't know how I'm going to cope. Who wants to hire a woman that just had a baby? So I had to resume 2 weeks after my delivery. It was this woman who started taking care of my child at 2 weeks. Sometimes I hear her on the phone calling them to say, oh, I'm not coming to work just because she wanted to stay with my baby. She'll tell me, you go to school, go to school. So it was just God that, so don't take it for granted. See, if you are
Yeah.
just living in Nigeria and you're coming to Canada, connect with the Redeem in the
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
just go online. These days, a lot of churches are online. Just
Yeah. Just search.
exactly go on Google, go and Google church in closest to my school
Yeah.
with like a black community or Nigerian or African church.
Many people will say, I don't want to relate with anybody in Nigeria. I don't want wala. They are gossip. They are this.
Don't
You
worry,
need
nobody will
them
get
one
them
way or
when they
the other. You need them because your neighbors, if you look right, look left, they are all white. They are British people here.
exactly,
Who do you
exactly.
talk to?
And you can't
The,
go and drop your child for them. Even if one is
the,
friendly, let's say they are very friendly. Once you drop your child, 30 minutes, they're already calling you. If you don't come, they will just call health worker for you.
it actually depends though. I have a neighbor here and they are very, very, very nice.
Ah,
I
no.
drop my kids when I'm having presentation with my supervisor. I drop my kids like, please, and they'll say, don't worry, they'll give them ice cream, chocolates, and they'll be there for
You're
hours.
very lucky. You're very lucky because one time a lady came because I also like make I kind of braid in my house here, right? So one woman came to braid her hair with me, and she kept her child somewhere with her neighbor. Like this is her friend, her neighbor. She said she told the woman, "Oh, I'll be away for just 2 hours." So her can't enter 3 4 hours. So that's how we both was calling back to back. She said, "I don't even know. I would have come here with my children." Like the woman frustrated her and she ended up just had to rush there for her to go and pick her kids. So again, what I'm saying is that they are not they don't have the same culture like us. So for
Yeah.
the way that nobody raises a child in
Mm,
Nigeria and Africa, but here it's not like that. You're on your own,
mm.
right? So you might be lucky, and then you get this white community that would support you, but it's readily available in the black community. Now, when I see posts on social media where people are saying Nigerians abroad are wicked,
Hmm.
Nigerians abroad don't like support, I just
Yeah.
laugh. I don't know where you guys see your own Nigerian. Oh. The ones that me I met when I came here, hey,
They
till
were
tomorrow
nice.
come, I will keep talking about them. I don't know if it's because they are a church community. I don't know why, but there are good people out there. So reach out. Don't just assume that people are wicked. If one person does not help you, that doesn't mean that the second person
Yeah, that
will.
is it.
And whether
That's
you like it or not, if you're coming here with children, you will need that help from people because
you can't do it alone.
don't talk about transportation. So imagine you're going to a place where there is no good transport system. Like this place where I stayed, the bus is not that great. And I know there are some places in UK, maybe in the
Yeah,
outskirts, maybe not in
yeah.
England, that the bus system is also. So how do you want to be traveling with all your children, be packing them, going everywhere?
It's not easy.
And it's not as if you can just buy a car immediately you land from
That
the
is it. Because the first
from the
semester, you're just starting up. You're just trying to know your ground. You're just trying to understand school, understand yourself. First semester. Oh, I don't want to think about that semester. I don't want
I've
to.
not heard anybody that say, oh, they came to the abroad to study with their children and it was just a bed of roses.
It's not rosy.
Came with the husband. No, imagine me that came by myself, and
Ah,
I had
you
my
even
own
tried.
children.
You came alone with pregnancy.
The day
Wow.
the day I was going to have my baby, I used cab. That day was very epic. I went to
Wow.
have my baby, used cab in the next they came back like. But I even still got a lot of support, considering that I came in a short time. I didn't really like connect well because I was going to school when I came back just from school to home and I was pregnant. I mean, I didn't do a lot of movement, but still, just that few times that I went to church, I was able to connect, have meaningful connection, people that really were there for me when I had at least when I was in the hospital. I called one woman, she came. That one, my sponsor even connected me to her even before I landed. So they were like the only family I knew and they were really supportive, right? But again, it's very important to connect with people. I'm on Instagram. Bukitu is on Instagram. I'm going to when I at the end of this session, I'm going to put our handle so you can connect to any of us. If you're coming to my place, of course, if I'm able to, I'll be willing to, get support. But I'm still a student, so it's not that I can like stay at home and be taking care of your child or something. But any way that I can,
Yeah.
connect with people. And these days, a lot of people abroad, Nigerians in diaspora are online. They are on social
Yeah.
media, YouTube, whatever. So connect with people, especially if you have children. Don't take it for granted though, so that when you come here, you will not say that we do not tell you, we will not do anything to change it. Like, okay, do you have any other thing to say?
Yeah, you'll be fine. That's what I just and just then you and your husband you need to really come together and talk about it. If you are going to be on a shift job, if you know that this one will be doing day shift, then let if the other one will be doing night shift, just try and work
Yeah,
around it,
very important.
and although in hall they will allow you to take your child to class, but
Mm-hmm,
it depends. If
mm-hmm.
your child is a kind of child that is noisy, you might not get anything in the class.
Wow. Oh, they can allow you go into class with your child.
Yes,
Oh,
but
that's
you sometimes you might have to tell the lecturer ahead of time. If you have a very small child, they
hmm.
will understand. And there are spaces in the school where you can actually feed the baby. There are even in the library, there are some sections in the library for mothers where you
Oh,
can go in and read with your children, but you have to book for that early.
oh, nice. I've
Yes,
not,
yes.
I've not explored that in Canada because my program is a research based program, and starting off, my lab is a level 2 lab. You can't bring children into the lab.
Oh no.
My department is on the ocean science, is built on the ocean, gone, gone, gone. So you can't go with kids. So for me, it's extremely hard. I conduct time point experiments, meaning that if I'm putting something to grow and it's 4 hours, it has to be exactly 4 hours. Anything that will stop me from being in that place 4 hours, that thing has to go away. So it has kind of affected my husband's career a lot because he's not able to have something structured and stationed, right? So
Hmm.
that's very flexible for me. Sometimes I'm like, I'll pick the kids from school today. And my husband is having this meeting with his maybe director, and then I call and say, sorry, this thing needed 5 hours to grow. I didn't know that. And sometimes that 5 hours might not be 5 hours. When you measure, you notice that, oh, I should give this 30 minutes. Or you can't go anywhere. If you spoil it, you have to start all over. I mean,
All
some of
over
you
again.
biologists in the house, you understand what I'm talking about. So that's where that's where I am. And Martin has to be. Thank God he's someone who is very supportive. So he has to be like
Understanding. That's it.
very flexible. If not, something will give way. Oh. Maybe the program will give way. Something, I don't know, but I just thank
It's
God that I have
true.
someone who yeah. So again, it's very important that you have an agreement and understanding with your spouse, right? very important.
And there's another thing you don't because recently in UK I've been hearing a lot of black communities, Nigerians complaining of child care, social care, social worker taking their child away.
Hmm. That's
Yeah,
serious.
because there are some people that drop their child at home and go to work.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
This shouldn't be. There's an age
I'm
limit.
watching you.
Yes, there's an age limit you can put your child at home. I think for England, I think it's like 14 years.
Oh,
If the child is 14, you can actually drop a 14 years old at home and
hmm.
she'll be
In
fine.
Canada, well, in Newfoundland, it's 13. So you can't leave your child by themselves except they are 13. And in fact, when they are 13, they're going to attend a course online and write an exam. They call it whether a babysitting or just an exam to certify them. Yes, so to certify that they can be by themselves. I'm like, write the exam. So
That one is
yeah,
grown enough in Nigeria.
once they've written that exam, they can now stay with the other younger children that you have, or they can stay with your neighbors. In fact, here a lot of children, 13 years old, that's their business. So they use it as part-time hustle. They get back from school, they've written these exams, so they are certified nannies or what's that, like babysitters, right?
They can, yeah,
So
babysit.
yeah, so they can people take their children to them and pay them, to just stay with the kids. So yeah, you
And
have to
you have to be
know.
careful. You have to be careful because your neighbors are watching you.
Yeah,
If you drop your child and you just left, they would call and you won't know who called.
yeah, yeah.
They will
Even if you're
call.
even if you're going to the grocery store, don't leave your child in the car. You have to unbuckle the child, go into the grocery store. Because I know one of my friends, she went to Walmart to do her groceries, and she's like, "It's snowing, it's raining. I can't." And I used to do that before because I used to be so scared that my kids are sleeping. Imagine three children all under 4 years old, 5 years old. They are sleeping. They are tired, and it's snowing. I
And
now
you
drop
will
the Walmart.
carry
I now
them.
pack three of them sleeping. Who will I carry? Who will I leave? Sometimes it's very hard. So that
It's
is very
very hard.
dangerous because I
Yeah.
know one of my friends who did it, and somebody saw the child in the car and called the police and even gave the police the man's plate number. So before the police came to Walmart, the person had gone home, but they traced that person to their house. So that man was very lucky that his children were not even at home. So it was his neighbor's children that he carried. So he had dropped them off in their house. So he came back home. So when they came, they saw the car. They knocked on the door that we got a message that you left your kids in the car at Walmart. The man now said that his children have not been home. That is not the man said children have not been home. So the one that saved it that they were his neighbor's children, he had dropped them. So
Can
it was
imagine.
the police were still there when his own kids now came. The police now said, okay, maybe it's a misinformation or something. So yeah, that's
Wow.
something we want to take note of. Yeah, I think we've exhausted the things we have to say because our time is fast running. So how about transportation? What does transportation look like? There in
Oh,
and is it
there are buses where I
okay?
am in Hall. There are
Okay.
buses. Yeah, and you can buy a day rider bus that
Mhm.
says anywhere you go to for within a day is maybe like £4.50.
Oh, nice. So what
Yeah,
about children? Do they have to pay? Is it free?
yeah. For kids under 6,
Hmm.
there it's free,
Oh,
but
nice.
6 and above they will have to pay. They will
Oh,
pay. They have a discount for them, but
mhm.
most time because you don't want to start downloading and trying to do the discount, you just pay and just enter.
And save yourself. Please, people should stay in your house and download and pay that discount. Don't pay
Seriously, there are so many discounts. Yeah, there are student discounts available for transportation. There are student discount. There are different discounts available, but many people don't know, so they will just pay and just move on,
mm,
and
mm,
just move on. So, but your child will have to pay. But sometimes it depends on the driver. The driver will just let you go. Some
mm,
driver will say, "How old is the child?" Some
mhm,
driver will ask the child, "How old are you?"
hmm.
And the child will not lie. The child will just say, "I'm
Of course,
7,
of
I'm
course.
5, I'm
But
6."
if you ask the parents say, hey, they are 6. But the child will just say, the child can even say, no, I'm not
No,
6, I'm
I'm not
7.
sick. That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. So it
Except you
depends.
already want your child ahead and say, going forward, as you're leaving the house, you're already 6. You want to be saying you're 6 years
But
old.
you're telling the child to lie. Okay,
Exactly.
I'm not lying.
It's
But
not
I
a
think
fear now.
it's just the first. Many of us now in the second semester, many people have bought cars. so they were able to sit
Yeah,
well.
that's good. That's a nice thing, right? You
Yeah,
just once you have children, owning a car becomes a necessity. It's no longer
yeah.
luxury.
It's not a
Yeah,
luxury. You need
yeah,
it.
it's not with the change with the the weather that is very that
Mm,
fluctuates a lot in the winter. You want to make sure that your kids are comfortable and it
that's
just
true.
helps you run around. You do school runs, you take them to church, you do groceries. So if you don't have a car, it's that you're stuck.
Yeah.
Here in Canada, I recently just entered. My kids have never gone on the metro bus, so we call it metro bus here in Newfoundland. I don't know what the other buses are called in other parts in Canada, but in St. John's, Newfoundland, it's the metro bus. And every time I'm driving them, they're like, Mom, we want to go into the metro bus. So recently, some days ago, I took them into the bus. See the way they were shouting. Everybody, they were like, they're telling everybody that cares to listen that this is my first time in this bus. So people were laughing at them. But I didn't even know the way it worked until I took them. So I have a guest in my house, and she also has her kids that are, older than my own kids. So when we entered the bus, then she has a daughter that is very tall. So the driver said, is she up to 11? I think so. That's when I knew that the age limit was 11. So
Oh,
here, your child can enter the bus free up until age 11. So my kids are tiny, tiny. So when they saw that they were like, just go inside, just go inside. But they asked her, though the girl was 9. So she just said, oh no, that she's 9. And then there's a kind of ID card that they can make for her just so that drivers will stop asking how old are you, so that they will know that it's
oh,
someone below 11, right? And then
oh,
but yeah, bus you can ride the bus here free up until age 11, and then every other adult would have to, of course, you have to pay, or every
mm.
other older child will have to pay. So that's good. At least it's a plus. So you're coming with your children, and at least you'll be using riding on the bus for for the interim. Just know that for those ages of children, you can know what you can get, right? Yeah, so I think that's it on transportation. We don't have a lot to say about that. And one other thing I wanted us to talk about is the the like government grants, maybe community grants. Is there like child benefits for international students in the UK? Like what form of other support do people get in the UK?
Um,
International students, sorry, not for
International students, there are some grants. It depends on. There are some courses that have some grants that is based on the course. Like
but the
my
grants are
course,
they specific because those students have kids or
children. The one I saw, they are for undergraduates, and you must not. It's not for international students.
hmm.
It's for childcare in the school for University of All. Is if you are a parent or if you have a child, but
Hmm.
it is not for international students.
So international students
It's
cannot
for
apply for that.
no,
Oh,
but the only benefit you will have is just to inform your course your supervisor or your course advisor that maybe you're pregnant
mm-hmm.
and or you have a child. So in case you have some assignment to submit, they can give you extensions
Hmm.
and you can apply for the extension and 2 weeks extension. Maybe you are meant to submit your assignment today, they'll give you 2 weeks more, but you
Mm-hmm.
have to show proof. If you are pregnant, just you
So
show
you
maybe
just
a
get
letter.
all of those like
Yes,
laxes, all those.
yes,
Okay,
and
that's
you.
still good. Pregnant women everywhere in the world, they enjoy some kind of
Yes,
so
yes.
back
And
home.
if you have health challenge too, or your child have health challenge, you can use that to also get an extension. Just
Hmm.
tell them I'm having issue with my child. I have to be at home today because a lot of people were shoveling between school and the other dependent is working
Hmm.
and they couldn't concentrate. Their mental health is being
Yeah.
disturbed. So they will use that and get an extension. Then I also heard of somebody that gave birth and after the giving birth, she had complications, so they have to give her like I think 2 or 3 months.
And
They
all
have to
those
extend.
extensions, they wouldn't affect her when she's applying for a postgraduate work permit.
No,
Okay. Yeah.
no. They will give her an extension. They will
Okay.
give her an
That's nice.
extension.
So here in Canada, yeah, I'm sure most of you have heard me talk about it. I talk about it a lot because for me, it was something that blessed me. I mean, a lot of people who are high income earners might not think it's something significant, but for you as an international student that you don't earn a lot because you just get
Every
paid
money
hours to
counts.
work, it will mean something to you, right? So
Yeah.
here in Canada, if you're into it, if you're here for 18 months as an international student, so that means your course must be up to 2 years. Because if you're doing a 1 year program, probably not benefit from what I'm saying, except of course you would have transitioned to start working, and of course you will still benefit. But for you to benefit as an international student, like still under student status, the program has to be more than 2 years, because you can only start getting paid child benefit from the Canadian government when you are 90, or from your 19th month. So, for example, me, I came in 2018. I wasn't Nobody paid me anything until 2018. It was in 2019 when I completed my 18th month. And then that 18th month, at the end of the 18th month, I applied for the child because my kids had joined me then. So Canada will pay each child that is under six a maximum of $600 every month based on your income. If you're earning, if you're earning way above a particular threshold, it will drop, of course. And then when your child crosses six, it would also drop. I think after six is about four something. I'm not exactly sure. And then they increase it every year, maybe by just a very mega, not significant percentage. But again, that income is a lot, because for me, when I
Yeah,
got
for the
in, when I
students.
clocked 18 months, my husband came in after like 11 months, or like almost after 1 year, right? So those initial time, because they are working with your previous tax, I mean, you have to file tax. So in Canada, as an international student, you still file tax, though you just file maybe zero. If you pay tuition, anything you pay, you would file tax on it. And I think there's some points that you start getting rebates on your tuition or something. I'm not exactly sure the way it works. Again, I'm here on full funding, so I don't exactly know how it works. Maybe I should have a session with someone who pays tuition so we can understand the way it works, right? But again, you have to file your tax for government to know that, oh, you're a low income earner, or you don't earn a lot, for them to know how much they are going to pay you in child benefits. But I know that when I came and I filed zero, my husband was not here. I was the only one that filed, and I did world income for him. So the way you earn in Nigeria, when you convert it to Canada, is almost like nothing, right? So I
Yeah.
was paying like the maximum for my kids when they came in. It was like 600, or I was earning like 1/8, every month for the three of them.
Enjoying. Yeah, enjoy it.
So that was what they paid me for the next 11 months, because every tax year, of course, they would check your income, and then they would so for that first year, it was just like I was just balling. And then after the 1 year, of course, by the my husband had come, income had gone up, and then it started to drop. And yeah, that's how it works here for international students. So when I say international students get child benefit, that doesn't mean that you just come to there. I see people in my DM telling me, so how can we apply? I just landed. I'm like, you just landed. I don't want child benefit.
It's not that fast. It's not that fast.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that. So it has to be your 19th month. So
Hmm.
yeah, again, the goal is to get to the point where we are earning a lot that we don't even need the child benefits, right? So don't just stay stuck up on child benefits and say, oh, because Mrs. O talks about it. I'm talking about it because I'm still a student. I'm a bloody student, guys. So for now, yes, but that shouldn't be the goal, right?
Oh,
I think you guys have heard it, and I've always been asking myself that in the UK, is there no, because I know in the US they have a form of child support, but I think it's only for people who are green card holders. I'm not exactly sure. I was thinking I was going to have a session where I get moms from all of these places who are international students, so we can like look at
talk
what is
about
available.
it.
So I'm not exactly sure, but I know my friend there, though she didn't go as a student. She has a green card now, and she gets paid, but they pay them every year. I think they only pay green card holders and citizens. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they pay students. I think Canada is the only country, the only other country
You
that.
have a lot of benefits in Canada for
Well, I
students.
think that's the only one that is extra, honestly, because from all our conversations, UK is also a good place to be in, right?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah,
You
because
know,
at the end of the day, instead of me not to get Canada and stay back where I am, I would rather go to Canada.
that everybody's planning Canada. Ask any Nigerian, they want Canada or USA.
Yeah,
But immediately UK opened their doors with the
yeah,
post study, boom,
yeah,
we
yeah,
all moved.
yeah.
And that's the best thing to do for now, instead of you staying back. So
True,
move.
true. And whether we like it or not, for moving from UK to Canada is way easier compared to,
Yeah, yeah. I
because
have a
your
friend
visa
that
is
just moved.
exactly, your visa is even sent to a different office. For UK to have given you visa, Canada is kind of laid back and thinking that, oh, for them to have given you, that means this person is also good to go for Canada.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. When I applied for my US visa, back in Nigeria, I was refused. But when I came to Canada and I applied from Canada, it was approved. Like they didn't even ask many questions. Just the man just got me go to I said conference. Sharp, they just approved the visa. So that's the way these things work, right? So I think it's also a good place to go through. I see a lot of people come to Canada once they get their papers, but that's what brings them to Canada. You see them, they'll move back to maybe US or go back to the UK or something like that.
And
But yeah,
also,
go
sorry,
ahead.
in UK, you don't giving birth as an international student does not make your child a citizen. Yeah, that's the other.
Oh, okay.
It
But
doesn't. So
I've heard this before, but like, what does it take? So your child, they say your child have to live there for like 4 years or something like that.
yeah, your child has to be here for I think it's 5 years or 7 years. Yeah.
Wow.
Now they've also brought the rules to if your child, whether you give birth here or not, as long as the child has spent 7 years in UK,
Oh, that's nice. The child can be a
yes,
citizen. Oh,
yes,
that's
you can
nice.
apply. Yeah.
Nice. Okay,
So
nice to know. No,
just
Canada
just
that
just
once you have your baby here, the baby becomes naturalized here. So my daughter that I have, she's the only citizen we have in our house now. So she's
see
busy moving around,
enjoyment. Now she
turning
came
the
in when
boss,
mommy was studying.
turning the boss lady for us.
So you can
Oh,
imagine.
oh, that's so. Sometimes I see people pregnant and they say they are going to UK. I'm like, why are you going to the UK? Like, what do you
You're just
stand?
having Mama Charlie baby. Yeah, having Mama Charlie baby. but if you follow that route and you're like, okay, you've given birth, you after your maybe you have a 2 years course you are doing. After the 2 years, if you do PhD, that's 3 years. That's already 5 years for the
Are you going to
baby.
do a PhD?
Me. Mm. Please let's hand over the boots to you guys that are good
But
in that area.
I like the course you're studying. You know that gets you like almost a
Yes, but
fantastic field.
but it's choking.
I know that AI. Hey, you have liver, sha. But it's good.
Oh,
I like the program. I mean, I love it's very
everybody
lucrative.
love
Like
that
it's
course.
something
If
that
you
you
tell
can.
anybody,
I know, right? I know, right? Now, see, if you learn your skills well, easy way to travel to anywhere in the world because all those courses are highly sorted after. So
that's true.
it's a good one.
That's true.
Okay, nice to know. I hope you guys are taking notes, like jotting down. Someone says, please, is this video going to be recorded such that we can come back? Yeah, so you can come back and watch it. It's going to be here. That's why I opted to do it here on YouTube because I know if it's on Instagram, I'll probably have deleted it after a while. So I didn't want to delete it because I know this information is not you don't just walk up to people and ask them this question, right? So it's good that we have Kola here to share with us our experience. So the last thing I'm going to talk about before we start taking questions, I don't see any questions, so it feels like you guys are just enjoying this session and not asking questions. So that's fine. I was going to ask. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I forgot the question. Okay, so just run us through the transitioning from being a student because at the end of the day you're coming in with these children. You don't want to just study and pack all
And
your children
over.
back to
Yeah.
Nigeria, right? So sometimes these days people come to study and only the study they've told you I've relocated me like this. I'm still studying but I've relocated.
It's
Nobody's
not
going
about
to
that
carry
though.
nobody's going to carry me back. You
It's
see, I've
not
relocated.
about that.
Even if I don't have my papers here, but guys, I have relocated. So
Nah.
what is the transitioning like?
Yeah.
Like
So
I think let's just wrap up with that.
okay, while we started, I was talking about if you have a 2 years post study. So normally, if you are in UK and you are studying either undergraduate or masters or PhD, for undergraduate and BS and masters, you have 2 years post study. That is, if you did not get any job that can sponsor you, because you need a job that will sponsor you for indefinite leave to remain. That's ILR,
Mm-hmm.
and you need that job to sponsor you for 5 years.
Mm-hmm. That's for tier two
Tier two,
visa.
yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, but along the way, normally, if you are coming in for masters, immediately you are coming in, you start searching for job
Hmm.
because the process of some jobs might be like 6 months.
Hmm.
So you don't want to start at the end of your program,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
especially if you are doing a 1 year course.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Yeah.
advisable. So many of us make the mistake of starting late.
Late. Hmm.
So it's better to start immediately you enter. Just do your CV and put that you are going to finish with this in
Mm-hmm.
this year and just start applying.
Hmm.
and you have to get a job that will sponsor you for 5 years. If not, there's a second option. The second option is to apply for post-study work visa. That's the
Hmm.
graduate route. The
Yeah.
graduate visa will last you for 2 years if you're for masters and undergraduate, but if you're for PhD, it will last you for 3 years.
Hmm.
But you can
What if
only collect.
what are people who do diploma? Like, are there even diploma programs in the UK?
Yeah, they have.
PGDs, they have all those things.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not
Okay.
sure for. I'm not sure if diploma is can assess the post study, but I know BSc can, and
Yes, I heard, or rather, I know that undergraduate programs does not allow the applicants come with their families.
dependent. No, you can't come with
So,
dependent. You have to
but
do
if
a
you're doing a
master's.
graduate program, so
Yes.
like a PGD, because PGDs are graduate programs too, that allows you to move.
Yes, yes. But although there are some pre-masters that I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure of that part, that pre-masters part. I'm not too sure that they can come in with their dependents.
I don't think so because I think I've had a client who is pre-masters and they did not. It didn't
Because
seem like it was. They
I've not
said
had
"So for
anybody.
your pre-masters you won't come in, but when you start the masters, I'm like,
Yes,
okay,
yes, you can come in. And when you are doing the post study, you cannot bring in any dependents.
whoa, okay. So you have to bring them that time that you're coming to study.
Yes, yes. Although we had a case, I have one of my husband's friend that came in. The wife finished school in September. He
Mm-hmm,
came in around the visa was meant to finish by January.
mm-hmm,
So before the visa finish, normally if you are for September, they will give you 4 months extra.
mm-hmm.
So the 4 months extra, they were just
That
trying
was
to see if they would get a good job that was possible. Since they didn't get it, just the
brought them.
guy came in around December
Wow.
after the wife had finished.
Hmm,
So he applied. They now applied for post study together
hmm.
and got that around January, February.
Oh, that's nice. Hmm.
And it was really dicey at the point we were like, hope they will give you guys. And they actually
And
gave them the
the
post study.
post study, you don't need a job. You don't need a
No, no,
job
no, no.
offer. You
You
just
don't need
apply
any job
because you
offer.
graduated.
No. It's just to buy time and start
Yeah.
continue with the search.
So
But you need
what's
to
now the okay? So what's the goal? So within the 2 years, you're supposed to
yes, you
get
need
a
to get
job
a
that.
job. You still need to get a job because the 2 years does not count towards the settlement for
Mm-hmm.
the ILR. It doesn't count. You have to still get another a job that will sponsor you for 5 years.
Hmm. Wow.
So although it counts towards the 10 years route, that is
Oh, okay.
you have stayed here for 10 years. But
You can.
what's how do you stay
So
here for
what do you apply for after you stay for 10 years? Is it ILR or you apply straight for your British passport for your citizenship?
uh I think it's the British passport. I think
Okay,
I'm not too
so they
sure.
don't make you
I'm not
go
sure.
through ILR again. And okay, I'm not sure.
I'm
Okay,
not
let's
sure
just.
because I think in the process you would have also gotten your ILR because you would have gotten the 5 years job. There's no
Yeah.
how except you're going to be staying illegally.
Hmm. Oh, wow. But what if somebody stays managed to stay illegally for 10 years? Can they still qualify for
Yeah,
that?
I think
Hey,
so.
okay.
Because I've heard a lot of stories recently about people, some illegal immigrants, and they just every way to stay.
Every way to it's everywhere. Even in Canada, a lot of some people even come in illegally, but for some reason, again, there's still this there's a what do I call it? There's a gap in the system. I know that they are trying as much as possible not to make illegal people stay, but still, they can't
Yeah,
always pick out
yeah.
all of these things, and it
So if you
happens. So,
can
yeah,
stay for the 10 years,
you can
you're fine.
qualify.
So
Okay, so
after you get a job, you apply for your ILR, and
how
after
many years do you
ILR,
have to have ILR before you can now apply for your citizen?
oh, is it 2 or 5? I'm not sure.
Thereabout,
Yeah,
between
is
two
there
and
about 2 or 5?
hmm.
Then you apply for a British passport.
Yeah. So I see the reason why a lot of people would say they prefer Canada because of
That
the
is it.
time.
The process is long. The process is
Yeah,
long.
yeah,
But when you just go to Canada, you get your PR in Canada straight up.
yeah, yeah.
So
But
why
I
am I
feel like
staying
with
in UK?
time, do you think they would adjust those policies and just make it, like what we have in Canada?
I think so. I think so because a lot of people are entering UK now, especially students,
Mm-hmm,
and they might have to change some rules on the
mm-hmm,
long run because we are actually somehow we are generating some income for them.
yes, whether they like it or not.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, we are. And
And you
it's
guys
a
are
lot of
even
money.
working, you guys are paying tax. So
Yeah.
you pay tax as a student that works 20 that gets 20
Yes.
tax. So you're
Yes.
contributing to the economy. And
Yes.
these are the things that Canada has seen, and Canada is saying, okay, there's no
Let
reason
them stay.
why I mean, we should make these people become part of the system since they also contribute to this capacity. Okay, that's nice. Good to know all of these things. So for here in Canada, I'm sure. I mean, you guys, if you follow me on my page, you know that I've talked about several routes to transition. So there are a lot of routes to transition after your program that doesn't necessarily tie around you getting an employer that would, you would need to get your PR. So there are some provinces in Canada that once you just graduate, just all they want from you is to just graduate, whether or not you get a job, or if I can apply for your PR straight up, right? Some of them have terms and conditions. Maybe you should study, like for example, the one in BC, you must study you must be in STEM. You must be a STEM course for you to qualify. So yeah, I think that's where I would say Canada like does it for me. Just being able to transition without depending on employer, whether you get a job or not. There is something for, but again, there are still a lot of people in this Canada that they don't just utilize it, and they still finish their postgraduate work permits without their papers. See, there are a lot of people in Canada roaming the streets. They've used up all their postgraduate work permits and they don't have paper again. They don't. They become illegal people,
That's why you need to strategize early.
Exactly. So don't say, oh, because people think, and do you know, I thought people knew. What I knew was the day I posted it that coming to Canada is not automatic. Oh, I will get PR, I'll get it.
Mhm.
Somebody
Mhm.
said, that she thinks that once she's done, or when she's graduating, they will give her the PR. I said, the PR has got certificates. And it doesn't work like that. So if you're here listening to us and you're thinking like that, it doesn't work like that in Canada. You also have to have worked. It's just like the UK. You must qualify. You must satisfy
It's
some conditions to qualify for a particular route. That's the way it is in Canada. Now, all these ones that I'm saying, when you graduate from a school in BC, now there's a requirement which says that you have to study a STEM course and you must graduate from that school. So that's the condition you're satisfying, right? Now, you might not know this, and then you think that, oh, you can go through this route, but it doesn't work like that. So it's important you know the routes that are available and know if it's something you can fit into from the onset, right? So draw your map, like have a blueprint, even if it's not clear enough, but is it something to run with? And I think we've come to the end of the conversations. I don't know if Bukio has any topic you want to, like, anything you think international student benefits from the UK that you want to share with us.
I think we've said all. We've said it all. But just
The easy
have
visa,
your plan A,
easy
have your
visa.
plan B, have your plan C, have your plans in place.
Hmm.
No plan is too small. Just have your plans as you're coming in. And there's another way. Your spouse can actually get a job that will sponsor him
Hmm.
and all of you guys while you are still studying.
Studying, yes, yes,
Yes.
yeah,
So
that's
that's
a good one.
you can get that one fast,
That would be the best, because that your 5 years will start counting. Imagine
early.
that you have a 2 years program, and in the first year your husband gets it. That means
Yeah.
you knocked off 2 years out of that, and you have 3 years more after your.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So
And I
it's
hear that there are some profession that they can, you don't have to do the 5 years. You can be 3 years, like maybe nursing.
yeah, there's some sponsorship that will give you 3 years, but you would still have to complete the 5 years, but some will
Oh,
give you 3 years just for them to be sure you would stay with them also,
oh, okay.
because they are spending a lot on you, so they need to also be sure that you are going to stay, and
Mm-hmm.
or you are going to do well, or you are going to be okay for the field.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's why they will give you 3 years, so you have to complete the 5 years.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, I
But
thought that they could cut it short for you as like nurses and doctors and stuff.
no, not you still do 5 years.
Hmm. Okay, that's nice to know. Thank you so much, Buki, for coming on this session. It's already
Thank you.
1 hour. I will just run quickly and see if there is any question that we should answer before I let Bukola go. Guys, I'm going to post Bukola's handle. You guys should please support us and follow her. Ask her question. She's in the UK and she dishes out a lot of information for people who want to go to the.
Yeah.
We forgot to talk about the easy part, the like the not, let me not say easy, but I think it's a bit it's yeah, it's way easier to get a UK visa compared to a Canada study visa.
Yeah. It's the
Let,
easiest to get.
let's not even
It's,
sugarcoat it.
it's the easiest to get.
The
It's the easiest to
timeline,
get. Yeah.
the
The student
approval
is
rate
is
is
the
way higher.
easiest.
Yeah.
And you will do everything on your own without too much stress, without too much documents like
Yeah,
Canada documents.
exactly. The document. The ones that you submit on Canada will still bounce you.
The documents, oh no.
I know, right? So somebody says, which, let me show this, which is advisable for a mom with three kids coming to Canada to study? Should you come first, then bring your kids, then bring your, okay, this is the continuation of our question, then bring your spouse and kids with you? Well, this question, if you were going to the UK, Bookie, you know that you can easily just go with your kids so long as you have the money to process their visas and everything. But in Canada, there are a lot of things that come to play, like way you need way funds. And again, this is not a yes or no question. There are a lot of things that I would need to. But
Involved.
yeah, it's possible. Maybe let me answer. It's possible for you to come with your children first, like right away to Canada. It's very possible so long as you do all of the right things you should do. You can come with your kids, your spouse, the same time, so long as you do all of the things that you need to do. So the next question says, how do international students manage the cost of giving birth in Newfoundland? In Newfoundland, the cost of giving birth is free. When I had my baby, I did not pay a dime. Like when I came in, I was already gathering money that let me know shall I give birth, and they'll say I not pay or I come and go back to Nigeria. So I was telling my husband, let's be packing money. We don't know how much they will charge us. So I was really surprised because I didn't get information from anyone. I didn't know anybody then that stays there. The person I knew that's at then um the wife said she had never given birth here, so she didn't know about it, right? So I was really surprised. So yes, it was I didn't pay anything. So I hope I
Even
answered your
in
question.
UK too, you won't pay.
You
Even
won't
if you
pay
have
pay
cesarean section,
surcharge, right?
yeah, you won't
Hmm.
pay.
So what I know right now in Newfoundland is that there's a hospital. Somebody told me that they just opened the hospital for non-residents in Newfoundland right now. So if you want to give birth in Canada, you can consider Newfoundland. I hear that they opened a center for non-residents, so it might be something that you're interested in. I don't have full information on that, but I can try to get it. If I see some of you are interested in it, you can just drop a comment in the comment section, and I would just know. You guys, Canada, can an undergraduate come with the family? Yes, in Canada, this is possible, but I don't think this is possible in the UK.
No.
But in Canada, an undergraduate can come with family in Canada. So, what are the benefits of studying for a post PGD for 1 year? Benefit: there are no special benefits. It's just that you've come to study and you can transition. The benefit is that you're paying tuition for just 1 year. It's short, but if you're doing 2 years, you pay for 2 years, right? And I know a lot of people say don't do a 2 years, don't do a
Do
one
the
year,
1 year
2 years.
course.
All those things don't matter whether it's 1 year or 2 years. If you plan ahead of time, you can transition. Somebody who has done a 1 year program can transition. You're there doing 2 years, you're wasting time, you're wasting resources. Meanwhile, you can still do a 1 year that is proper for you. Plan yourself well and you can transition. So someone says, I'm ready to do masters, but the proof of fund is remaining. Any advice? I don't have advice.
You search for it.
Ah, yeah,
You look
you
for
have
it.
to session. Session, you can check scholarships, you can check
Yeah.
student loan. So lately I shared a lot of information on student loan and scholarship. That's the only other way. There's no other way. You must provide this proof of fund. If not, you won't get your visa. Even for UK that we are saying that it's easy, you must still
Yeah.
have proof of fund. So that's it. How many years does it take to apply for PR in Canada? I would say between 2 to maybe 3, 2, 3, 4, 5 years after you graduate. There are some people who have finished school and they didn't get their PR till after 5 years. So it depends on how fast you qualify for a particular route and you use it, right? So it can be as short as 2 years, or it can be let me not even go for it. It can be as short as 1 year, because if you're going through the AIP program, you can apply almost immediately, you get a job. AIP, RNIP, you can get a job immediately and apply. So yeah, it can be as short as 1 year actually, and it can be as much as say whenever you qualify. If a man is a student and his wife is not, will the wife give birth free too? This is an important question. Oh.
Yeah.
So
It's
if
free for both dependents and students.
Oh, okay. So it's the same thing in Canada. So if the man is a student and the wife is not, she's still for here that I where I stay. Yeah. Averagely, if coming to Canada, how much will you be needing alone then with three dependents? Well, I used to give people at least 10 million naira. So this is in naira, and in Canadian dollars, that would be about 30,000 Canadian dollars. That's the least for your living expenses and your tuition for you alone. So if you're coming with three dependents, that means you're looking at like 15 million to maybe 18, and that should be about maybe 35 or 40,000. Now, this is even with the official rate, right? So it will be more if you're actually converting it with the black market rate. You know, this one is just you're using the bank rate because you're just showing them the money is just not lounging in the account. But when you're actually converting, if you're not converting it with the bank, what's the name, Form A, then
Um,
be ready to pay the black market rates. That will be way more than 10 million, right? So that's it. And I think this is the last question. I'm interested in the giving birth. Yeah, I would look for this information. I was going to even Google about it and know, because it was a lady who came from Nigeria to have a baby here, and she was just telling me that, oh, that there is a hospital here that she was actually supposed to have a baby in Ontario, but she heard about the hospital they opened here for non-residents, and then she came in here. So I'm going to. This was saying, Mrs. O, please, what's the best way to get you? I really need your guide. Well, I provide my guide is on my page, so I share a lot of information, and that's the only free guide that I have. If you want to reach out to me one on one to talk about study and study related inquiries, or any other general inquiries that is not immigration related, you have to go book a session on my business page on Instagram, right? So you can connect one on one and talk about whatever, like talk about the things that I mentioned. So yeah, that is it. And can a visitor can a visitor work and apply for PR in Canada? Yes, you can. No, you cannot. You cannot work as a visitor, but you can come in to visit, get a job, apply for a work visa, and then you can work and apply for PR. But you cannot come as a visitor, work as a visitor, and apply for PR. That's not gonna happen. You have to transition. But Canada allows you come in as a visitor, get a job. You don't need to leave. You stay in Canada, apply for the work visa, get the work visa, and then you can start working. Before COVID, it wasn't like that. Before COVID, if you come in and you get a job, you have to leave to apply. But now they've made it like that, and that will continue up until I think February 2023. That's the deadline for that kind of
there's
that.
something like that now too in UK.
Oh,
If you're
nice.
a visitor, yeah, it just came in. There
Okay.
is creative work visa.
Oh,
You can
nice.
transition to a creative work visa
Hmm.
as a visitor.
Okay.
That one lasts for 1 year. So if you
Oh.
are in as a visitor, you don't need to go out. Just get a job for on that creative work visa,
Hmm.
then you can apply. So
Oh. Oh.
you transition from being a visitor to that visa.
Okay. Good. Good to hear that. All right, Bukola, thank you so much. Thank you. I'm looking forward to when you invite me over to your YouTube. You guys, she has a YouTube profile,
Yeah.
a YouTube channel. What's the name? Say it
Bukola
properly.
Italume.
Okay, so guys, you guys should search for her, please. And
Bukola Italume. I also have a Telegram group for UK students.
oh, okay,
Yeah. It's
okay.
on my it's on my YouTube channel.
Oh, that's nice.
You can see the Telegram group.
See, a lot of resources. There's no reason why if you want to move that you cannot move
Don't
because
stay
there's
back. Don't
a
stay
lot of
back. Please just
information
move.
out
If
there.
Canada is not working, try UK. If UK is not working, try another place. Just try.
Exactly, exactly. But if people want to stay and fix the country, it's good though. Because let's
Ah,
not tell them not to move. But some people will come for your head and say, if everybody leave, who is going to fix the country? But the truth is that some people are actually destined to be the ones to stay back, and not everybody will leave.
God will be with them. God will be with them.
But that's the truth though, because
Yeah, that's true.
it's not my family members that want to move. So some people are just some of my siblings are just seated, they don't want to move. So I understand it. But guys, thank you so much. And
You.
I will just be ending this broadcast. I would love to see your comments when I drop this video and just know how you guys feel about this live session. I think I should do this more often, but you guys have to drop like topics you want us to. I would invite someone, like I will invite the best person to talk about it, just like we have Bukola here. So, guys, let me know what topic you guys want us to talk about. Drop it in the comment section, and I will get someone and we'll have a live session. Um, I think I'll say bye now. I talk too much, by the way. So, bye.
Bye. Thanks for having us.
Um, yeah, nah, end. I hope they are not hearing what I'm saying. Yeah, I think the internet is rounding and rounding and saying not ended yet. Ah, this one is network having trouble connecting. Please check your internet.
Oh,
So you did not end this broadcast.
he's still live. Oh.
They will. Ah, it's still like time is counting. Okay. Not yet. Really? This one I've used Juju to keep me here. Oh. Thank you, Udwak. Thank you, Eze Ike. Thank you, Olabisi. Thank you, Temi Tope. God bless you guys for joining. I'll start taking notes of serious people who are joining me. So that when I'm doing all those my free sessions, that's what I'll do. They'll be the ones that I'll be reaching out to. Somebody says we should please continue.
Ah,
When I now wow, which kind food is this one? Okay. Um okay, I'll check my internet connection. I guess it disconnected and sorry, Bookie, I'm keeping you here.
yeah, it's fine.
Somebody says listen to the voice of God. So God is telling us to stay. We don't have anything to tell you guys again now. Oh my goodness, it's serious. Oh. Ah. Hmm.
He's still on.
Hmm. Okay. This is I will not do live session again. You I don't understand. Ah.